Hello and welcome to AOR Japan, another Japan race where there might be a bit of controversy. After fucking up many qualifying laps, I start P20. I get an amazing start apparently going to everyone, and unfortunately Azza just didn't press the accelerator, and Grunting goes straight into the back of him, and I end up avoiding it. And the start of what was basically a demo derby at the start really happened. I get past Marksman, sorry if I mispronounced your name, and then try to go around the outside of Spilly, who's apparently the best console builder alive on PS4, according to his live stream, so I may have to check one of those out and see if he's holding true to his word. But anyway, behind the man that was on a mission in Malaysia, Wimpinator, who basically gave me probably the best run for my money I've ever had in a league race in a while. As you can see in front of us, Nib and Kremer are side by side. Wimp, obviously, being himself, his fucking fast as fuck self, he definitely keeps me in tabs the entire race. Even if I do get past him, he keeps me honest for basically all the race. As Kremer goes down the inside of Nib and ends up making the move. Going into Spoon, Nib can't make a comeback. And I can't make a rash move without Wimp getting past me. And I knew as soon as Wimp got past me, this is one of my weakest tracks. As soon as Wimp got past me, it was all over for myself, so obviously I'm trying to call them back as much as possible. Even if I may be holding up his race. Wimp could have definitely won that race. If I was not in front of him, he could have won that race hands down. So I dive Nib. Unfortunately, I leave it so late on the brakes that I slam into Chucky's front wing. Understandably, he slams me back, but at the time I was pretty pissed, and as you can see, Nib, his same optimistic self as always, goes around my outside. Unfortunately, that optimism doesn't last long. And off he goes, giving the position to me and Wimpinator. It takes me to the end of lap 2 to then catch up to Kremer, the man he was battling before. I do get very close to his rear left tyre, but I somehow end up staying in a straight line and battling for points, really. And as you can see, Kremer gets such a wonderful run on, I can't tell currently who it is. Oh, the Hairy Tomato, and as you can see, I go around the outside of Kremer, and Kremer outbrakes himself straight into the side of Tomato. He tried cutting the corner to avoid him, but unfortunately ended up hitting him. And Dubsy had a moment with, I think it was Stuart McKenzie earlier on, and all of a sudden I'm passed in front of him, even with a bit of a squeeze into the wall. And now Wimp just piles through, and all of a sudden I've got Wimp, no cars between me and Wimp again, which I really needed that one car buffer. Takes the lap 7 to get ahead of Harry Tomato. Unfortunately, I've just realised I edited out, as I believe I may have hit Harry Tomato there, which I do apologise for, if there was registered contact, because obviously then that move might not have been as legal, but there was a dive bomb with Dubsy involved in the final chicane where he hit my side pod, and according to that means I have bad racecraft, because he dived me from 50 metres back, but I'll see the race, the stewards' inquiry probably after this race, so who knows. It may have been different on his screen. I can't exactly point fingers when obviously F1 has a tendency of showing a bit of controversy. I made a move on Entei and Spoon there, and now Wimp's all over me. I've squeezed him out a bit, but then there might have been a lag involved there. As you can see, clatter against the sideboard, and me being my very stupidly enraged self, hit him back, and he goes into the gravel trap, and then that means I'm back ahead, but I'm not proud with that. As you can see, I'm in fuel con mode, and as you can see, Stuart McKenzie, the man who's been defending, I believe, with half a front wing, ends up moving up into P4. Entei, my teammate behind me, in P6, and now that I'm a full-time driver, I'm working with Entei here to do the constructors. Obviously, it may be too far gone, but it doesn't mean we ain't going to fight. And Stuart goes out wide, and I try to make a move on the outside. And as you can see, Stuart was not having any of it, and at that point I wasn't having any of it either with that squeeze. Entei could have made a move, but he uses his rational side of his brain and ends up staying behind me. Fortunate quarter cut there, I apexed it way too early, but as you can see, Stuart ends up going out wide, and yet again, rage-induced mode that I was in, straight down the inside. Stuart tries turning in earlier to stop me off, but there was no chance of him stopping me steaming through there. And now I had an 8-second gap to catch to LGB, and as you can see at the end of the race, I'm on his ass. But unfortunately, it was one lap too little as Stalin wins the race by goddamn storm. First first league race I've ever been back with him, and he beats me by like 18 seconds, so well done to him. As you can see, I was pushing LJB through the final sector. There was nothing I could do though, but still, it's on the podium, a last to third, so there's your answer to the title. I've been Pryingstingray. We'll see you next race.